Welcome back, Wildcats. All right, today we're looking at Tuesday, November 29th, writing a quadratic with 3 points, and that's going to be on page 35. So if you would, pause the video and update your table of contents. All right, now that your table of contents is updated, let's look at our notes. All right, so these are the steps to write a quadratic given 3 points. I recommend at this time getting 3 colors. Okay, I'm using blue, orange, and pink, but you could use other colors that you want. All right, so step 1. What we need to use is the formula ax squared plus bx plus c, which we know is quadratic. That's equal to y. Now, what we need to do is we're going to plug in the 3 points into the equation. So we're going to plug in x1 for x and y1 for y, then x2 for x and y2 for y, and x3 for x and y3 for y. Okay? Then step 2. We're going to take that and make it into a matrix. So we know that we have x1 squared plus x1 plus 1 times ABC equals y1, y2, y3. And then x2 squared plus x2, 1, and that's times b, and that's equal to y2. And x3 squared and x3, 1, c, and y3. Okay, so then we have our matrix. Okay, and if you were to multiply this through row by column, you'd end up with the first equation. If you multiplied this through by row and column, you'd end up with this equation, and so on. Okay. Now, step 3, we know that in order to solve ax equals b, we take the a inverse of both sides, and so we have x equals a inverse b. So ABC is equal to x squared 1 x1 1 x2 squared x2 1 x3 squared x3 1, and that's times y1 y2 y3. Then you're going to multiply that in your matrix, and then you'll have your a value, your b value, your c value. Plug it in for a, b, and c, and you'll have your equation. All right, so if you would, update your notes. All right, so let's apply this to example number 1. All right, so we know we need the formula, and I might just put it on top, ax squared plus bx plus c equals y. Okay, so step 1, we do a times 0 squared plus b times 0 plus 1 equals 5. Then we do a times 2 squared plus b times 2 plus 1 equals 1. Then we do a times 3 squared plus b times 3 plus 1 equals 2. All right, and then we're going to plug that into our matrix. So 0 squared is 0, and then 0, and then 1. We know this column is always going to be 1, so we can just make that 1. Okay, and then 2 squared is 4, 2. 3 squared is 9, so 9, 3. That's times A, B, C. And that equals 5, 1, 2. Wait a second. Yep. 5, 1, 2. All right. And I probably could have written a little smaller. Okay, so then we're step 3. And so we have A, B, C equals 0, 0, 1. Little shout out, by the way, on the YouTube world. If you're watching this, I'm using Paper Mate Flare. These are super mega expensive, but money well spent. In fact, if you're watching this and you're actually from the Paper Mate company, I would love for you to send me some more of these because they're phenomenal. All right, so let's look at that's 4, 2, 1. And 9, 3, 1. Inverse of that times 5, 1, 2. All right. So when you do that, you get A, B, and C. But we need to plug this into the calculator, so let's do that. So another little product placement. If you're watching this and you don't know what an Inspire is, you gotta buy one. These are the best of the best calculators. So we're gonna go to calculator, and then you're gonna press the matrix key, which is this key right here. We're gonna go. It's a 3x3. Plug our numbers in, which are 0, 0, 1, and you can just go like that. We know those are 1, 4, 2, and 9, 3, raised to the -1 power, times, again, the matrix key right here. This is a 3x1. And then 5, 1, 2. So your A value is 1, B value is -4, C value is 5. Okay, so our equation, and I'm going to just put it at the top here. So our equation is y equals 1x squared minus 4x plus 5. By the way, if you're watching this video and you're like, man, what is that pencil you're using? This is the American pencil. Notice America's pencil. I'm an American teacher, so we use the American pencil. Best pencil. I've gone through many, many pencils in my career. This is the only pencil I will ever use, ever. So American pencil, y'all are the best. Unless, I will say, unless they make Wildcat pencils, then I'll start buying Wildcat pencils. All right. Now, really, all the problems are the same. So I feel good about just one example in this case. So I'm going to go over example 2, 3, and 4 in class. So this should set you up. I think what you should do, since you don't probably have the calculator at home, is set all the problems up and be ready to plug them into the calculator. All right. So as always, I want you to have a terrific Wildcat day.